to the Wealthy Lala Show with myself, Laurie Laursen. How are you today? Well, today is Wednesday. It is episode 188. And so today I usually do on Wednesdays a mini card reading. And the awareness I got was just to pull one card from one deck, and it would be for just anybody who listens. So, yeah. So today is just going to be a special sweet one. So the cards that wanted to be pulled were the Oracle of the Unicorns. And this is by Cordelia Francesca Brabbs. Now, I don't know what the card is. I haven't looked. I'm curious because I've had a lot of stuff going on. Well, like in a good way, though. Like I've had a lot of good stuff going on. Is in the fact that it is changing. Like things are changing in my world. And things that have been really, really hard for me, I have been choosing to move up my emotional fuel gauge and allowing myself a little by little by little to have a different perspective. Or when it comes right down to it, I'm finally allowing myself to let myself feel good and let myself have a good life, like a fun life, sweet life, happy life, grateful life. And I know I've said this before, but holy mackerel, I didn't realize how hard that was for me to choose that and how much I wasn't living that before. And, those little things that you do when you're by yourself. And I was really good at not showing it to the outside world. But, had it not been for really my body and everything I created in my body and how loud it got, I would have kept doing what I was doing. I was like, come on, isn't this the right way? So anyways, are we ready, people? Sorry for the burp, if you heard it. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So the card that I pulled, freedom. Oh, it's gorgeous. This beautiful woman who has wings on is on a gorgeous white unicorn. Freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. So, claim those energies that are true for you. Allow yourself to have something, special. Like, is there, I am actually working on the areas of my life right now that have been the ones that have been sticking me so much. They have been so hard. They're the ones that I've been living in my emotional fuel gauge. I was down at a 5 or below. Like, no kidding. Like, less than a quarter of a tank. I'm telling you. And running on empty. And it's so funny. I was going to say that. I was like, I thrived off it. Those energies, those heavy, discouraged, blame, anger, jealousy, insecurity, fear, grief, those are so addictive. It's crazy. And I had no idea that I was that addicted to it. And you don't know till you do know. Different. And as I started to invite in energies that are like above my half a tank, so getting into the 3/4 of a tank, my emotional fuel gauge going running more towards optimism, positive expectation, enthusiasm. As I started to choose more of that, the things that weren't working for me got louder. And that's why I became so shocked at how when you're living in it, when you're living in the heavy discouragement, insecurity, fear, despair, whatever, when you're living in it, it feels so real. It's like being a fish in water. You don't even know you're in water because it's just natural. Well, that's actually what that's like too. You're living in discouragement. You're in it so much you don't even know you are in it. It's fascinating. And so you start to choose out of it. Like you start to say come to the surface of the ocean, you grab a breath of air and you're like, holy crap, whoa, that's all I can handle is one breath. Whew. And then you come down and you're floating around and or swimming around and you're looking and it's kind of like, ooh, but that was kind of nice. So you go up there and maybe you grab two, allow yourself get into optimism for like a minute or two. and then you float back down again, but once you get a taste for it, it's like you can't stop. And that's when your life begins in a whole new way. It is not easy to choose consciousness and choose greater, but you can have ease with it, and your life will become greater for it. Like the level, I didn't even know how to feel gratitude really before. I knew what things were cool, be like, oh, that's so cool. But to actually allow the gratitude in my body, like be in the state of gratitude, I could hold it for like a couple of seconds and I'd be like, okay, that's enough. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. And you know why it's uncomfortable? Because our bodies are so conditioned to be in the heavier energies so often. Could be guilt, could be shame, could be insecurity, other ones I've mentioned, fear, sadness. We get so conditioned that when we start to change, our bodies are like, alert, 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 send off the sirens, pull her back, pull her back. No, that's not safe. So doesn't it seem kind of crazy? Like, don't you look around at other people and go, well, why don't they just choose happiness? Or how come they don't choose to be more optimistic? Or don't they whatever? Well, you can imagine how solidified their systems are to be so addicted to the heavy energies that you actually are functioning from a place where you don't even feel like there is possibility in the world. It's like you don't even know it's there. I can relate. So I love this card, the freedom card. So what are we looking to be free from? What are we going to choose freedom with? So this is what the book says. It says, you are a free spirit with an infinite soul who cannot and should not be caged. It's time to forge your own path through life and create everything you want, regardless of how others think you should live. You may have held back to please someone or protect yourself from judgments. Hello? Am I the only one who's done that? Oh, boy. Anyways. You may have put your dreams on hold, believing they're too wild and outrageous, or that you don't deserve a life that magical. You may have been waiting for approval for someone who will never give it. Now, your heart is calling you to freedom. It's time to create the reality that will light you up the most and allow you to be true to your soul. It's time to break the chains of limitation that delay your dreams and remember that anything is possible. It's time to stop caring what others may think of your life choices or how envious they may be of your freedom and do it anyways. Wow, I checked out on that. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but sometimes when you check out, when something's being read or someone's saying something to you, it's usually your body's way of like hiding it from you because it's something that you actually need. So let me reread that. It's time to stop caring what others may think of your life choices or how envious they may be of your freedom and do it anyways. Wow. This beautiful winged horse invites you to ride on her back, high above judgments and into the magic of infinite possibilities. She encourages you to fly free, to let your hair stream in the wind, and to take pleasure in your new life. You are a free spirit. Soar into your wondrous life and never look back. Oh, love it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, seriously, what on my show yesterday, you guys, I talked about, was it yesterday or the day before? One of the two, the unquestionable freedom that I am choosing in my meditations. Like, I'm allowing myself to choose to be in an unquestionable freedom, the freedom of being me, choosing what's true for me, and having the sweetness of it, like without the guilt, without the worry, without the fear and the insecurity, you know? Sure, it may be a little bit uncomfortable or something like that because it's new, but having the unquestionable freedom that, even, whoa, I'm a bit uncomfortable right now. Wow. And that is okay. That is so okay. I'm going to choose that anyway. So, wow, wow, wow. Again, like this is just really popping to talk about with regards to, what's coming up right now and what I've said so far is now I squirreled it away, people. Gosh, what the heck was it? Oh, right. That the idea of success, you know, why this is popping, I'm not sure. Maybe it's for someone who's listening, maybe it's for me, or both. uh, it's just the whole idea of, we choose, like in this reality, success is seen by the big house and lots of money and fancy vehicles, and you got a famous podcast, and sure, that'd be fun, hey? And you've got a famous TV show where you're a hockey player, an NFL star, or something like that. But that's what judges us as being successful. And yet, I am a incredible mom. I and one of the things that I know that makes me a great mom is I'm not ever, like, I'm always willing to be in question of my world, how I show up. That makes me an actually really open-minded, really great person. I like that about me. And you know what? What if that is the success, like the only, and I don't even mean only or just, you know what I mean? But what if that's the only success that I ever create in my life? I have a smaller house, we have a smaller farm, we have older vehicles, because we happen to like to keep them until they die, and then we get brand new ones. That's fun for us. So one day I will get a new vehicle again, and what will it be? I don't know. But what if success comes from, you being better than you were yesterday? You being open-minded. I was chatting with someone this weekend, and they were saying that because they had been divorced, they had said to their kids, you guys, your other parent loves you. They love you. They really do. And then finally one of her kids came to her and said, hey, don't say that anymore. Because what it was further to a conversation that I had on the show last week is, like, someone can actually love you and not be loving to you. And that blew my mind when I heard that. And so this particular parent was willing to go, you know what? That's actually not working for my kids anymore. What I thought was a good thing to say, because they didn't want to create, they didn't want to add to anything. They didn't want to add to any of the challenges that their kids were going to have with the other parent. So, they were saying what was totally well-meaning at the time. And then at the time, because we were talking about that whole idea of, like, people are doing the best they can. Yes. And what if when we also learn better, we then do better? Like, that it's not to excuse someone who just, like, someone who slaps you all the time. And it's like, well, they're doing the best they can all the time. Haha, we're going to still keep getting together with them or whatever, or not call them on it or not question it or not whatever. But what if you actually go, they are doing the best that they can at this time, and it's not a kindness for me to hang out anymore, or it's not a kindness for me to visit with them, or to like, I hope you guys are getting what I mean with this, because you can that's what I love about me, is I'm always willing to question and move forward. We don't have to be a perfect parent, we don't have to be a perfect coworker, we don't have to be a perfect friend. Like, what is that anyways? But I mean, how many of us just love knowing someone who's willing to work with you and willing to be open to a new perspective and willing to not be locked in a sense of rightness or a sense of righteousness, that they're right and you're wrong. I mean, how lovely is it to be able to, work with someone who's willing to work with you? I love that. I think it was a Dr. Joe Dispenza that says we're so free. Oh no, Abraham Hicks says we're so free. We're even free to choose bondage. Isn't that interesting? We can even choose that too. Oh man. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the card, freedom. Where can you choose some more freedom in your life? You know, for me, rereading that sentence, it's time to stop caring what others may think of my life choices or how envious they may be of my freedom and do it anyways. Is there an area in your life that you can choose more freedom for you to be you, the beautiful you, and be that success that is true success for you? I love being better than I was yesterday. Now that is without being without judgment of who I was yesterday. That's me loving who I was yesterday anyways too, because I know that I'm always going to choose more or choose greater or be as open as I possibly can in each moment. Sometimes I'm really good and sometimes I kind of suck and then I get there. you know? So how does it get any better? Big hugs to you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. And if you want to let me know what freedoms you're choosing, I'd love to hear about it. thewealthylala@gmail.com. Take care. Have an awesome